A curse, in many cultures, is believed to be a form of supernatural power. It can be cast through spells, charms, blood, or rituals performed at the most ominous hours. People use specific words, actions, or ceremonies to bring misfortune, illness, or even death upon someone. What's the scariest curse you've ever heard of? Feel free to share it in the comments. In Japan, there is an ancient curse known as Ushi no Toki Mairi, or the cursing ritual of the Hour of the Ox. According to legend, a woman appears in the dead of night, between 1 and 3 a.m., dressed in white, with an iron ring on her head holding lit candles. She bites down on a wooden comb and carries a hammer and a straw doll as she performs a dark ritual. People call her the Ushi no Toki Onna, the woman of the cursed hour. She comes for one reason only: revenge. In today's video, we'll explore one of Japan's oldest and most terrifying curses, the curse of the Ushi no Toki Onna. Just how frightening is it? I'm Mr. Yao, and welcome to the Leyenda Yokai channel. Here, I explore famous yokai and urban legends. If you're into these topics, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. In Japan, curses are not just legends. They're feared as real, terrifying forces. From ancient Fort Great Onryo to modern tales like Sadako's cursed videotape, some curses have lingered for centuries, while others claim lives overnight. Each one is fueled by a grudge that can never be resolved. In ancient times, Japan had a class of mystics known as onmyoji. They were responsible for divination, setting calendars, and protecting the nation from evil spirits. But not all onmyoji served with pure intent. Some used dark sorcery driven by personal desire or hatred, giving rise to some of the most chilling curses that still haunt Japan today. In ancient onmyo texts from the Heian period, the Hour of the Ox, between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., was described as the time when yin and yang collide and grudges reach their peak. It was believed to be the moment when curses were most likely to take effect, an ideal window for those practicing dark rituals. During this hour, one of the oldest and most terrifying curses was said to take place: the Ushi no Toki Mairi. According to legend, a woman consumed by hatred would secretly visit a shrine late at night, carrying a straw doll inscribed with her enemy's name. Under the cover of darkness, she would nail the doll to a sacred tree, driven by rage, chanting curses as she hammered long 5-inch nails into its chest. With each strike, she was believed to drive her grudge deeper into her target's body. This ritual had to be performed during the Hour of the Ox and repeated for 7 consecutive nights without interruption. It said that the cursed victim would first feel a strange heaviness in their body. Then for several nights, they would dream of being nailed to a tree, waking up each time in a cold sweat, heart pounding. Soon, they would develop an unshakable fever, begin to hallucinate, and act erratically. No doctor could find any cause. And if the ritual was completed, if all 7 nights were fulfilled, then, with the final nail, the curse would be sealed. What followed was always the same. The victim would either drop dead without warning or vanish in a madness, never to be seen again. This is Ushi no Toki Mairi, a forbidden ritual shrouded in resentment and darkness. The one who performs the curse is often a woman consumed by hatred. People call her the woman of the cursed hour. The woman of the cursed hour is a type of Onryo, a vengeful spirit born of overwhelming hatred. It is said that she was once a woman who trusted her lover, only to be deceived and violated. Abandoned without mercy, she died with a heart full of bitterness, and her resentment transformed her into a vengeful yokai after death. Another version of the tale suggests that she was a woman burning with jealousy. When the man she loved was taken by another, her heart turned to fury, and she cast a curse upon her romantic rival. Thus, during the hour of the ox, the time when yin and yang intertwine and resentment is at its peak, she performed the ancient curse known as Ushi no Toki Mairi, dragging her enemy step by step into the depths of hell. The woman of the cursed hour is typically dressed in a pure white funeral robe, with long black hair hanging loosely over her shoulders. Her face is as pale as paper, her eyes filled with resentment and emptiness, and her entire presence radiates a heavy aura of death, like that of a corpse. Her appearance is striking and unmistakable. On her head sits an iron ring, into which 3 burning candles are fixed. These not only light the path of her curse, but also symbolize the gradual depletion of the victim's soul, their 3 soul and 7 spirits. In one hand, she holds a straw doll bearing the name of her enemy. In the other, a heavy iron hammer. Hidden behind her are several 5-inch long iron nails. Step by step, slowly and resolutely, she walks toward the sacred tree of the shrine, beginning a forbidden ritual. In some urban legends, vengeful women have been known to imitate the woman of the cursed hour in an attempt to cast a curse themselves. Late at night, they quietly don white clothing, paint their faces ghostly white, and smear their lips with a blood-red lipstick. Some even wear iron rings with 3 candles, mimicking the appearance of the vengeful spirit. This eerie form is their way of declaring hatred to both the gods and the underworld. However, legends make one thing very clear. Unless you're a true Onryo like the woman of the cursed hour herself, recklessly imitating this ritual can lead to terrifying consequences. If the curse fails, the malice will backfire on the one who cast it. The curse caster will be consumed by the very grudge they attempted to unleash, and their death will mirror the exact suffering they wished upon their victim. Because a true curse is never a game. It is the price of making a deal with hell. Many stories about the Ushi no Toki Onna have been passed down in Japan, but the most well-known is the urban legend of a high school student who encountered her at Kyoto's Kifune Shrine and was ultimately cursed. According to the tale, the boy had heard of the ritual and made a bet with his friends to sneak into the shrine at midnight and catch her in the act. At 1 a.m., he quietly hid behind the trees at the back of the shrine and started recording with his phone. Sure enough, he saw a woman in a white robe, her long black hair hanging down, wearing an iron ring on her head with 3 candles burning atop it. She was hammering a straw doll into an ancient tree, exactly as the legend describes the Ushi no Toki Onna. Terrified, he held his breath and was about to sneak away, but accidentally made a noise that alerted the woman. She slowly turned her head, her eyes locking onto him. He bolted in fear, running as fast as he could, but in his panic, he dropped his student ID. He somehow made it home safely, only to find that the video he had recorded on his phone had mysteriously vanished. That night, he dreamed of the straw doll growing hair, while his own body felt like it was being hammered, nails driven one by one into his limbs and chest. When he jolted awake, his entire body was freezing, and strange bruises had appeared beneath his fingernails and on the soles of his feet. Less than a week later, he suddenly fell gravely ill. At the hospital, An X-ray shockingly revealed several 5-inch iron nails embedded inside his body. Despite emergency treatment, he was pronounced dead. 6 months after his death, a friend was going through his belongings when he accidentally stumbled upon a hidden video file on the boy's phone. In the footage, the boy stood expressionless before a mirror, slowly hammering the iron nails into his own chest, one by one. A curse is born from hatred, and hatred will always lead to even deeper darkness. In moments of anger, people may act on impulse and wish to harm others, but once malice is set free, it becomes difficult to take back. Even if a curse brings a brief moment of release, it may invite something far more terrifying in return. Instead of choosing the path of darkness, it is better to learn to forgive and let go. Never forget, the most dangerous one is not the person being cursed, but the one who holds the desire to curse. If you enjoy my channel, please help by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you next time.